Okay. My name's Kenny Schuster, and I have the privilege of serving the Cambodian people and as the country director in Hope Worldwide. This morning, we want to take a few minutes to say thank you to some longtime servants of Hope Worldwide, friends of Hope Worldwide, a couple, Gary and Karen Jacques, who gave 16 years of their life serving Hope Worldwide. They lived with their children for 8 years in Cambodia, and when the kids hit high school age, that's when they moved back to the United States, but continued to go back and forth, and really, for a number of years, lived out of a suitcase, serving the people of Cambodia. Gary served as a physician and as vice president of Health and Social Services for Hope Worldwide for a number of years. And in Cambodia, under his leadership, Hope Worldwide, the Cambodia work received the first Global Fund grant, which led to the development of Cambodia's national HIV and AIDS program. It was several $1 million. There was a grant from the Institute for Tropical Medicine in Antwerp, and a partnership focusing on infectious disease and microbiology. There were numerous ASHA, USAID grants worth several $1 million that under Gary's writing with other people that the hospital was able to bring in all kinds of equipment. And even the grant that Sonia Kill Memorial Hospital just received, Gary wrote the concept paper for that grant. So bringing along tremendous amount of funds for us, spearheaded the development of the clinics and of Sonia Kill Memorial Hospital, wrote the business plan for that hospital, worked with the development of the clinical work in Bolivia, and encouraged just numerous medical professionals to volunteer their time in service to the poor. And right with Gary the whole time was Karen. And absolutely. And so when Karen comes to a conference, what she does is she goes and sells jewelry to support the work in Hope Worldwide in Cambodia. So thank you. So her heart is there. They are a great couple. Gary told this one potential couple that was interested in serving in Cambodia 3 things that it was going to take to be successful in Cambodia. And he told this couple that, number one, you have to walk by faith. And if you've done it before, it's not faith. It just makes you uncomfortable. The second thing he said is you can never compare yourself to your peers and where you're at in life, because your life is going to stop. Your career is going to stop, and theirs will continue on. So you can never compare. And the third thing he said was that you have to believe in the healing ministry of Jesus. So that couple was Patty and I, before we ever visited Cambodia. And it was very powerful because Gary and Karen together had lived out these convictions in serving the poor. And Gary stepped away in July from Hope Worldwide, now is practicing as a physician in Santa Fe. And you know what? In some ways, their life is behind. But their life has never been more rich. And God has always blessed them. So we want to take a moment to thank you guys for your service. Here we have you holding the world in your hands, which I think you did for many years. Thank you. And then we have some beautiful flowers for Gary. You guys have served Hope Worldwide in times of plenty and in times of little. There was a time where Gary had to go raise his salary because there was times of little. And that takes a lot of faith when you have small children at home. So we love you guys. We're so grateful for you. You've changed Patty and I's life. We're in Cambodia because of you. And so thank you so much.
Thank you. Love you. Thank you very much. Love you. Thank you.
Amen. Wow. On Wednesday night, the Hope Worldwide staff, both domestic, international, plus other supporters, came together for a reception, and we were able to honor a longtime employee of Hope Worldwide who served for 20 years in Cambodia, and that's Dr. Cornelia. So let her stand up. Amen. So we gave her a recognition, but we have a video we want to show you that describes Cornelia's time in Cambodia. So if you'll just indulge us on this video, we thank you. And if you get a chance, please express your appreciation to Cornelia. 20 years in Cambodia is a long time. I've been there 2.5 years. So about the time I think I'm doing something great, I just look at the office next to me, and there's greatness. Okay, we'll have the video at this time.
When I was a teenager, I had a dream to change the world. I studied medicine in Switzerland. Actually, I was not interested at all in Cambodia. I wanted to go to Africa. The hardest thing for me was actually I was challenged to give up my dream to go to Africa. I had to work through that because that was a really big thing in my life. When I prayed, I realized if this dream is God's dream, He will give it back. And suddenly I received a letter from Dr. Graham Gumley. We need a second general surgeon in Cambodia. So I was thinking, Cambodia? It's not on my list to do, but I wanted to check it out, so I volunteered in '98. I realized that's exactly what I wanted to do with my life. I remember when I came, I had really difficult surgical cases, but we didn't have an intensive care unit. So it was adapting to the resources we had. The Sonakil Memorial Hospital grew in steps. We opened the outpatient building first. We added 2 inpatient buildings in April 2013, and this was a big jump already, because with really young doctors and nurses, we started 24 hours, 7-day services. And then the biggest jump was November 2014, when we opened the obstetric department. We suddenly needed obstetricians, we needed anesthesiologists. The hospital grew to be what it is right now. What has kept me here for 20 years, I think, is really the Cambodian people. They are just incredible people. They have gone through so much, but they are very generous. I have learned love, I have learned compassion. These people deserve the best, and so what can I do to help them to grow? There have been hard times not being with my parents. I got job offers back home. Asking myself, well, is it the right thing to be here for 20 years? I love working with my staff. That's what I love most. It's just working with them, seeing them grow. What has kept me here as well is just see the faithfulness of God, and then just see how the hospital has been growing in the last 7 years, how people have grown, our doctors, our nurses, how they have become a team. I think I have helped to train a generation of surgeons up in Phnom Penh.
She is really amazing. To me, she is very helpful. She works like as a team and really want to help us.
I worked with her so almost 7 years, and I got a lot of teaching from Dr. Cornelia.
She is really amazing, very kind and also very calm, and really willing to teach. the young doctors.
She is really strong. She teach me a lot and she allow me to work.
The hope in Cambodia has always been a work of faith. Step by step, it was never people, it was always God working. It's like a Joshua mission. Joshua was leading the Israelites in the promised land, and they conquered the land town by town by town. Some people told us this is mission impossible. We conquer this hospital building by building by building. It's not about me. It's about how can we glorify God with the talents He has given us. It's not about us, but it's really giving glory to God.
When we get to heaven, there's going to be a few people that we'll want to meet. I believe when we get to heaven, there's a few there who will want to meet you. Dr. Cornelia, the Jacques are just two of those people. And we're so appreciative of your work, your sacrifice that goes way beyond just a trip, but to put your whole life in sacrifice and in giving to people who are now alive because of you. We honor you and thank you for the example. And I want to encourage you as well. Let's give them an ovation. That is proper.